What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Reporters. Today I'm bringing you an anime movie review / discussion for Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of the Dimensions, theatrical release. Very pleased that we got this here in the States because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty big, and that cartoon is a big part of me growing up and some of the things that I watched on TV, so it was good to see that again. You know, just for going to see it in the theaters, I actually got an Obelisk the Tormentor card. Let's see if that focuses in a little bit. So that was pretty cool, because usually the theater that I go to, it's a little bit smaller, so when I went to go see One Piece Film Gold there, they didn't even have tickets. They just said, hey, go in there, you already paid. And I really wanted like a poster for both of these, but it was good that they had a little bit of swag for people going out. Something else that I was really happy about was that this movie actually got an actual theatrical release here. I mean, usually when anime movies come out, usually I'm not sure how it is in you guys' area, but I know here in California, even like when I stayed in Detroit, when it was an anime movie, it would be like at an odd time, just like they did with Battle of the Gods, which is far bigger than Yu-Gi-Oh! It would be like Tuesday at 7 o'clock or something, or if it came on Saturday, it was only like one showing. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually had multiple showings out the day. They had it running every other hour, and it was in its own theater too, so that was good as well. So, first and foremost, this is a discussion video, but it's also going to be a spoiler video. And I know the movie just came out. I know people still need time to see it, and it's going to be running. I know it's going to be running at least until next week when I looked up the time. So with that being said, I also put it in the description. This is a spoiler video. I mean, I'm going to be talking about things within the movie that is very spoilerish. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a countdown. If you don't want to be spoiled about this movie, you got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start though. And one more, once again, spoilers will be coming. So if you don't want to hear spoilers about this movie, be sure to come on back once it's over. Let me know your thoughts and everything. But we're going to go ahead and get into it, because first let's go ahead and get to the good. Overall, I enjoyed the movie. I really did, because it was so nostalgic. It was good to see these characters on the screen again. It was good to hear that music. It was good to hear that theme for the American dub that they played that in it. And it was good just to catch up with everybody once again, see some new cards, see some old favorite cards, see some new versions of cards that we've seen before, because Kaiba just had things out the world, like just dragons I never seen before, and he had new versions of the dragons he already had. Same goes with Yugi. He had like a whole bunch of magicians that I haven't seen before, or the ones that I have seen, they had like new looks and abilities. So that was really cool. So that was the positive, if anything, that you can take out of this movie, is that if you love Yu-Gi-Oh! You're gonna love going to see this. No matter what, you're still gonna enjoy it by the end of it. And honestly, it could very well seem like it could be a conclusion to the series, because you know the series ended already. And this movie was kind of like a nice little cap for it to end off on, the way things went about. So that's the good. And again, it looked glorious. It looked absolutely glorious. I'm glad that they took the time and the effort to make this an actual movie. It felt like you were watching a movie instead of just an anime on the screen, because they took the time with the animations and things like that. That was really good. And of course, the dub, I can't say enough. The dub was nostalgic. The dub was nostalgic because a lot of us probably grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh! So to hear those voices again was great. But now it's time to get to the things that were a little bit iffy about it. And again, it didn't kill my experience overall. It's just things that I have to point out because they were very blatant. First and foremost, this movie was 2 hours, and it did not have to be that long. It didn't have to be 2 hours, because the nemesis in this film, his name is Diva. His name was Diva, and he went by the name of Aigami, you know, as a student. He had a purpose, but the purpose overall was built off what Kaiba wanted to do. And he really didn't do too much in it. I mean, he did a lot, but they could have easily cut this film to like 70 minutes probably, and just had the final battle be what it was, instead of the things that we got. Because basically the premise of this was, mysteriously there was an 8th millennial item that this character had, Diva. And it had the ability to either make a light dimension or a dark dimension. It was kind of all over the place, so it's a little bit hard to keep up with exactly what it was doing. But he had this item that his like his master or somebody that saved him, because he was a street rat. Basically, he saved him, took him and some other buddies of his in, taught them the way of, you know, peace, tranquility, blah blah blah, that type of thing. And with this item, it And this is what I'm saying. It's really hard to talk about this without spoilers. So I've already said it's going to be spoilers, so we'll get into it. Basically, this person wanted to avenge his master, and in order to do that, he felt that he needed to revive Yami, because you remember at the end, or Tim, you remember at the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Tim got sealed away. So he needed to make sure that Tim was sealed away, because if he happened to come back, then all of his power will come back, and then it will fade away the existence of all the people that are under Diva and these people that are trying to get revenge. Now, what was stopping him from getting said revenge is that Kaiba was actually seeking out the Millennium Puzzle again. He was seeking it out because he wanted that run back with Tim. He lost to Tim. He wanted to fight him again to prove that he's stronger. So now you got two sides of the field basically fighting for the Millennium Item, and you got Yugi in the middle, because Yugi is at peace. He was comfortable at this point. Even though he misses Tim, he was comfortable with him at this point, knowing that Tim was at peace and that he can't come back. So he has to basically fight to make sure that either one of these guys don't get what they want. But what I was saying about this guy, Diva, is that he got wrecked. I mean, he lost to Kaiba, and he lost to Yugi, and he lost to both of them together. So it was kind of like, what's the point of him? And then the final battle ended with Yugi and Kaiba fighting together to take this guy down. And then we got some good moments too. I mean, basically, Kaiba was also Vegeta shit, because he was like, I want to bring Tim back. I want to get this run back. But Yugi was basically saying, you know what? He's at peace. He's not going to come back. And, you know, Kaiba kind of based off like, you had your bond with him and I had mine, because he truly did want to battle Tim once more. But again, it was just some little things that could have been left out entirely. I mean, they built this guy up in the trailers and everything, only for him to kind of be pointless and lose to both of the characters, then lose to both of them again. And then they stretched the movie out a little bit with having him going around and explaining what he's doing to each side character. Like, he kidnapped Joey and he ended up putting Joey into the dimension, but Joey ended up getting out because his will was so strong that the darkness didn't overtake him. So once again, that was another fail on this character. But the biggest thing is I guess it wasn't really Diva's fault, because, and again, this is really a really big spoiler thing, is that it was actually the spirit that possessed Bakura that possessed this item, and it was basically trying to get revenge and spread the dark dimension across the entire world. So ultimately, that's what they were trying to stop. They wasn't trying to stop this Diva guy, but they were trying to stop the spirit that possessed Bakura and stop him from making, like, you know, evil all over again. So, and that couldn't be done. And you had two sides. That couldn't be done. Like, if they revived Tim, then Tim would come back, that would vanish them. So this Diva guy or this evil spirit wanted to get the Millennium Item to, you know, destroy it, put it away to make sure it didn't happen. And Kaiba wanted it because he wanted to resurrect Tim. So that couldn't happen. It ended up leading to this three-way battle between Yugi, Kaiba, and Diva. And then, you know, you got the conclusion. So again, I'm sorry if this isn't as good as it should be for a review. Again, it was just really just like kind of a discussion, a recap, and just to let you guys know what I thought about the movie overall. I didn't want to go too deep into it because I know it's still early. I know people still want to see it, so I'm going to give some time for it to get out there. And we can always talk about it and discuss it later. And I didn't want to give away too many of the details because I want you guys to go see it. But what I can tell you is that if you loved Yu-Gi-Oh!, definitely go check it out and definitely go support it, because we don't get that many anime in the theater to begin with, and when we do, we get really low numbers. Like, I was the only person in the theater when I went to go see it. Maybe people went to go see it earlier in the day or something, or they went yesterday, I don't know, but I had the entire theater to myself. And when I went to go see One Piece, it was packed to the brim. So yeah, there's that. That's my overall thoughts on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Dark Side of the Dimensions movie. Overall, what grade would I give it? I would give it I'll give it an 8, because I really did enjoy it. Again, it was just some things that set back, like the villain, he really didn't have to be there. They could have just had it be Yugi versus Kaiba, and then you could have pulled the ass pull and have him show up at the end, and you would have been just fine. I mean, they dragged it out a little bit too long, but ultimately for this character not to mean anything. So that's the only gripe that I have about it. So if you check this movie out, definitely let me know what you thought about it in the comments. I want to chat with you guys about it, but I'm kind of in a bind because I don't want to spoil it for people either. So I just wanted to do a quick video, let you guys know what I thought about it. So yeah, go ahead and let me know what you thought. If you like this video, go ahead and drop it a like, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content you guys indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now. but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. And they shamelessly also push Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which I'm playing now. I'm addicted to the mobile game for it. So it was a little bit of that in there too, so that was cool. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, guys. So once again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side Dimensions, felt good to see it. Glad I did. And I'm out. So it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.